Where do I start? Hello, my name is Tarris Troy Horton, and you are watching me and my best friend, Mike. This is a collection of stories about my friend, Mike Kaufman, who passed away way too soon. I'm gonna do my best to articulate myself in a way that is witty, funny, and who I am myself. I'm gonna jump right into it, and I'll start by saying this. Before you watch any further content, if you haven't seen this first video, without this foundational video, then you will not understand the story. But it is very important for you to watch this specific video. Tarris Troy Horton, me and my best friend Mike. My first memory of Mike is that we have together, that my first memory of Mike and that we could agree on was third grade. That's when we have our first memory of each other. I'm on my way to the principal's office, and he's on his way coming back from the principal's office at G.C. Burkhead Elementary. I think he had Miss O'Brien, I can't remember who I had. I was on my way to the principal's office, he was on his way from the principal's office, and we have a brief locking eyes and conversation. That was our first interaction. And the interaction went a little bit like this. Mike says to me, "What are you going to the principal's office for?" I was like, I stuck a piece of paper in my ear. Mike's like, "Why the hell did you do that?" I said, "To see how far it would go." He looked at his teacher and looked at me and said, "You're such a dumbass." And then we walked away. And I went to the principal's office, had to go to Ireland Army Hospital to get that piece of paper removed from my ear. That was our first encounter. Fast forward, I don't know what happens, but then I lose track of Mike until 7th grade. Him and his family moved to Union County, to where his dad was a school teacher. Mike was always smoozing school teachers. I think it's because his dad was a school teacher, so he was always a teacher's pet. Always a teacher's pet. I don't understand how he became the teacher's pet to all these teachers. Mike comes back his 7th grade year at Horton Central. 7th grade, Horton Central. We're at a pep rally. It's a basketball prep rally. I get cut from the basketball team, so I don't make the basketball team because Coach Green was a dick. Because honestly, because I was 4'11" and was the smallest person in the whole damn school. So of course they're not gonna put me on the basketball team when you got giants like Rick Goetz. All those guys are 7 feet tall in 8th grade. So I'm at a pep rally, and here comes Mike. He's standing behind me. I'm cheering for the players, and then Kaufman can't see. Rewind just a little bit. My brother went to Horton Central as well. So my brother, his sophomore year, went to West Horton High School, and then they brought the 6th graders up, so it was 6th, 7th, and 8th. Because my brother left and went to go, and that left Brent Dennis at Horton Central. First, when I'm in 6th grade, as soon as I walk in the door, they're like, "Little Horton." Instantly, I'm popular. 6th grade, I'm involved in student council, being the popular kid. 6th grade, they go around to the classes, and they're like, "Who wants to be involved in student council?" I'm like, "Me," because I'm the most popular person in the class, because Brent Dennis crowns me because my brother, James, and Brent were tight, and Brent, my brother, looked after Brent. It's only fair for Brent to look after me when I would get to Horton Central. See, nobody even understands that. It was a connection from Brent Dennis, who crowned me because my brother crowned him, that put me in a position to raise my hand when they said, "Who wants to be involved in student council?" Because you got to get the most votes. I knew in the class where I was at, I was like, "Oh yeah, I got this." So I worked my butt off to get the status that I had. So 7th grade, here comes Mike. I'm standing up, and then I got my buddy Tim Scraggs with me, because wherever I went, Tim went. Tim was my muscle, because I was always the smallest person, but the most popular. But I had to have because I ran off at my mouth. I had a smart mouth, and then when Brent left, I had to have me some backup, because nobody messed with me when the 8th graders were there, but then I had to get me some backup. So I went and got Tim Scraggs. Tim was a big boy. So Kaufman, I'm in front of Kaufman, and I'm cheering, and he's like, "Sit down, I can't see in front of you." And I'm like, I turn around, look at him, I'm like, "Don't you know whose school this is, fool? Don't you talk to me like that." He said, "I talk to you everywhere I want to." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I'll talk to you any kind of way I want to, you bald-headed freak." I said, "Oh, hell no. This boy doesn't call me up." I said, "This boy, this new dude who's coming in off the street." I didn't put 2 and 2 together that it was Mike from 3rd grade. We haven't got that far yet. So I'm like, "Who's this Mike?" I said, "If you call me a bald-headed freak again, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass." He said, "Bald-headed freak, bald-headed freak, bald-headed freak." And he put his hand on me and touched me. I said, "That's it. It was on." I said, after this pep rally, I said, "You meet me up there by the lockers." And it's on. It's on. And he's like, all right, because I'm 4'11", but he ain't no bigger. Mike's no bigger than me. I'm 4'11", 88 pounds. He's 5'1", 98 pounds, because he was wrestling 98. My brother wrestled 105, he wrestled 98. It's a fair fight, but I make it unfair. On our way up there, I was like, man, I can't let this new dude whoop me, so I'm devise a plan. I go to my buddy Tim Scraggs, Big Tim. I'm like, Tim, I'm about to get into a fight. He's like, what you want me to do, T? He said, ain't nobody touching you. I said, I know. He's like, what you want me to do? I said, when this clown walks up in here, I'm gonna be standing there. When he walks up here, I want you to grab him from the back and let him know whose school he's in. That's light work. That's light work in 7th grade. Mike confronts me. You know, Mike just walks up all up on me. He's ready to square up. And before you know it, Tim grabs him up, got him like this. And I'm like, and I'm walking around him. Tim's got him where he can't move. You know, Tim's a big boy. And plus he got him from behind. He was able to hold him from behind, you know, sneak up on him. And I'm telling you, I'm like, look, dude, I'm gonna give you one last time to be my friend, blah, 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 blah. And then Mike said, he said something like bald-headed freak. And I popped him right in the fucking kisser, boy. Popped him while Tim was holding him. Pop! I was like, look, Pop! I was like, look, man, I'm trying to tell you, this is how we're gonna roll. You're not gonna come in here and take my spot. By that time, everybody was starting to crowd around. Here comes Mr. Powell, I think it was Mr. Powell. He broke it up. Y'all go, it's the end of the day, the pep rally, end of the day. Y'all get on your bus, you go. We're jawing all the way. Because I think Mike, he gets picked up because his dad takes him to wrestling practice. Oh, did y'all hear about the fight? Did you hear about the fight? Mike and Troy got into a fight. Oh, Troy kicked his ass. And then Mike's like, I'm gonna kick his ass the next day. And then it gets back to the rumor mill, and then everybody's stirring the pot. So the very next day, we are to meet before class and fight. So we get there. I'm not scared. I mean, I already popped the dude in the face. I promise you, if you ever see the movie Rocky, at the end, Apollo Creed and Rocky, he's like, you owe me one good fight. And they're dancing around each other. And I swear, when we got into that fight, it was the most fairest fight I've ever been in my life. It's a fair fist fight, one-on-one, mano-a-mano. We're connected. I'm hitting him, and as I'm hitting him, he's hitting me. It's like I'm hitting him this way, and he's hitting me this way. So it's like, And I'm talking, ain't no weak punches, man. We throwing blows, we throwing haymakers at each other. Getting back in, getting into it. I mean, we ain't wrestling. We're not touching each other. We going straight foul. We're hitting blow for blow. And then here comes Mr. Powell again, breaks it up, and takes us both of us to the office. And both of us looking at each other like, that's a good workout, boy. That's a good workout. Oh, we ain't done. We're teenage boys. We want to kill each other. So we get to the principal's office, and they put us in a study carrel together. A study carrel was a place where you would get, it's like a jail. They put us in an in-school suspension. It was called in-school suspension, where they put us in a room, and all it had was a study carrel. And on one side of the study carrel, it was nothing. All we had to do was just stay in there and just like do our homework. So there was a small little hole inside of the study carrel. So I start taking my pencil and because we were in there for a week. Me and him were in there for an entire week together. They make us go eat lunch together. They do everything. So the first day, we're just like, I'm trying to get the hole through the pencil faster than he can get the hole through the pencil. Just for what reason? Who knows? We're teenage boys. I'm showing him that my skills at making a hole inside of a wooden carving area is better than his skills making a hole in a wooden carving area. So that was the first day we're having a hole. We're doing this with pencils back and forth with each other, like pencil wars in between. We're trying to fight each other through the fucking study carrel. So but then when they come and get us for lunch, they make us sit together at lunch away from everybody in the whole school. They're making a spectacle out of us. That's what they're doing. And they're really getting us ready for the public school to prison pipeline. That's what they were doing. They were like, okay, they get in trouble. We got in trouble. Put us in the in-school suspension. Okay, this is what you do when you're in school suspension. You're locked away from everybody else, and you got to eat they were just like, I understand it. Day two, we're fighting, pencil fighting again. And then something happened. And I was like, man, this is stupid. Let's just be best friends. He's like, sounds good to me. And from that day forward, we were inseparable until he died.